Bahashima Mashab like Yahweh. That's all praises on the glorification unto the Most High God Yahweh. In the name of some begun city Yahweh. This brother Yashali coming back to y'all yet another video through the spirit by Yahweh. Bahashima Mashab like Yahweh. Alright, W5 Bay Area. I'm gonna get straight into this. This will be going into the proverb of the day. Alright. So this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 13, and verse number 7. Alright. Proverbs chapter 13 and verse number 7. Alright. And it reads, there is that maketh himself rich, yet have nothing. So the Lord said, there is a man that makes himself rich, but he doesn't have anything. Right? Now, how's that possible? Remember, riches, even in the scriptures, it will tell you this. But even in the world, right, they'll show you that. Riches doesn't always mean monetary gain. It doesn't always, it's like it doesn't always mean that you waxing rich in gold, diamonds, rubies, and silver. That doesn't make you rich. And the Bible even teaches that, huh? You can be rich in other things. You don't have to be having thousands and thousands and $1,000,000 to be rich in the eyes of the Lord. The Lord said that you can literally make yourself rich, yet have nothing. You could be poor, but the Lord still deems you as rich. And that's interesting. Because when you go through the precepts, remember, that's why things are double to that which is. That's why you need that eye salve, right, to understand these scriptures. But it says, there is that maketh himself rich, yet have nothing. It says what? There is that maketh himself poor, yet have great riches, man. Yet have great riches. So you can make yourself poor, but you still have riches, innumerable amount. Now, how is that possible? Let's go to the book of James, chapter 2, and verse 5. Let's prove that you can be spiritually rich according to the Bible, man. Right? Now, a brother saying, hey, if a brother saying he's rich, you know, we waxing rich, man. We're not talking about actual money in this physical realm right here. We're talking about in heaven, in the kingdom, in the spiritual realm. We waxing rich. And Lord willing, that's all the brothers and all the sisters that put forth that labor to do so, to be rich, right? But it's the book of James, chapter 2 and verse 5. It says, hearken, my beloved brethren, have not God chosen the poor of this world? So the Lord said, he has chosen the poor of this world. That poor, that word poor, is actually poor. Because who's actually poor? Who's actually impoverished? That will be the Israelites, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and the Americans. They're the ones that's poor in this world, right? It says, the poor of this world, rich in faith, but they're rich. They're rich in some things. They're rich in something. They're rich in faith, right? It says what? And heirs of the kingdom. So they're heirs of the kingdom. The kingdom is promised to the Israelites. How more richer can you be, man? That means you're richer than Bill Gates. You're richer than you know, than Mark Zuckerberg, man. You're richer than all these men that have a Warren Buffett. These are billionaires who have amounts of money Jake can't even imagine, man. Right? Jake talking about bands, this, that, and third. He got damn $1,000 shoes on. He think that he's rich now. Hey, these elites in this world, these Edomites, they have billions and billions of dollars. But even so, guess what? The kingdom is not for them. This is their kingdom right now. But our kingdom is to come. And the riches in that kingdom cannot even be compared with the riches in this kingdom. Right? It says, and heirs of the kingdom, which you have promised to them that love him. Meaning to them that keep the commandments that strive. Right? But it says what? I'm going to get this precept too. Alright? Because remember, going back to that precept, you can still be poor and rich at the same time. Let's go to the book of Revelation, chapter 2 and verse 9. The Lord even talks about that. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 9. And it reads, I know thy works in tribulation. Alright, so the Lord is talking to the real Jews. He's saying, look, I know your works and your tribulation. Because the real Israelites are in tribulation right now. It says, I know thy works in tribulation and poverty. And poverty. So the real Israelites are in poverty right now. They're impoverished. They're poor, right? It says in poverty, but thou art rich. So the Lord said, yeah, you're in poverty. Yeah, you're not living good. Yeah, you're in the slums and the ghettos. But the Lord said, but thou art rich. You're rich, though. You're still nevertheless wealthy in my eyes, man. And how's that possible? We just got that precept. We're rich in faith and we are heirs to the kingdom, man. Meaning the kingdom is for us. The Lord gave us the kingdom, right? It's for us that we should inherit it, man. That's that's Romans chapter 9 and verse 4. Who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law, right? Etc., etc. That's who that belongs to, the Israelites, right? But it says what? In poverty, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. So going back to this, in the book of Proverbs, chapter 13 and verse 7, right? Just reread it real quick. It says, there is that maketh himself rich, yet have nothing. So you can make yourself rich by what? Waxing abundant and laboring for the Lord. Because you can labor for the Lord, right? That's you keeping the commandments, making videos, teaching, bringing forth fruit. That's you waxing rich, right? With the Most High. But it says what? There's that make themselves rich, yet have nothing. Meaning you don't have many physical things. You're not waxing rich physically, right? But it says what? There is that maketh itself poor, yet have great riches. What do you mean you're making yourself poor? Hey, you might be giving a lot. You're giving a lot. You're giving alms. You're giving a lot of your energy to the Lord, etc., etc. You are making yourself poor, yet you still have great riches. Remember, riches that we can't see, all right? Because that's what the Lord deals with. He deals with the things that cannot be seen. That's 2 Corinthians chapter 4, right? But while we look not at the things that are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things that are seen are temporary, but the things that are not seen are eternal. What can we not see right now? We can't see the angels. We can't see the kingdom of heaven. Guess what? The Most High actually knows what the kingdom of heaven is going to be like. And a lot of Israelites might be like, okay, well, tell me something I don't know. But when you go to the book of Isaiah, right? Let's go to the book of Isaiah real quick, right? This is really deep. This is really deep right here, right? I want all Israel to kind of pay attention to this scripture, man. Right? This is Isaiah chapter 64 and verse number 4. It says, verse 3. When thou didst when thou didst terrible things which we looked not for, thou camest down, the mountains flowed down at thy presence. For since the beginning of the world, men have not heard, nor perceived by the ear, neither have the eye seen, O God, besides thee, what he had prepared for him that waited for him. So the Most High sees the past, he knows things that's present, and he knows things that are for to come. So literally, the Lord, right, nobody has seen what the Lord has in store for the elect except for him. So he's seen it though. He knows what it's like. That's why the Israelites are spiritually rich, because guess what? The Lord already knew that his children is going to inherit it, right? But I got this precept as well. And Paul, he kind of quotes this precept in Proverbs 13. Let's go to 2 Corinthians. Let's go to 2 Corinthians chapter 6. All right, 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 10. As sorrowful, yet as sorrowful, yet always rejoicing, as poor, yet making many rich. So the Lord said, yeah, we're poor, but we make many rich. Because remember, Paul, he wasn't some rich person, all right? He didn't have wealth like, damn, a king. He wasn't living like a king, man. There's no account of Paul having, millions of riches. and thousands of pounds of gold. It's not there. Guess what? By occupation, Paul was a tent maker. That's Acts chapter 18, right? That's Acts 18 verse 3 on down, right? Along with uh his other fellow Priscilla and Aquila, all right? That couple with the Lord, you know, they were tent makers, and Paul was a tent maker as well. I'm gonna keep going. It says, as sorrowful, yet always rejoicing, as poor, yet making many rich, as having nothing, and yet possessing all things. So you can literally possess all things, man. And that's you getting the kingdom of heaven, right? So that's why that precept in Proverbs 13 and verse 7, right? You can be poor and rich at the same time, right? With that, all praises to Yahweh, by Shema Mashah, Wamalaki Abashah. Lord willing, this is edifying. Brother Yasha Allah, Shalom.